Good day everyone, and welcome to Treasure Valley Bonsai. This will be my first video. I wanted to give you a tour of my benches and some of the trees that I've been working on this year. The first ones I want to show you are typically something that you don't see in the bonsai community. I am working on northern catalpa trees. They are my favorite trees in the world. Here, let me show you my biggest one here. This one, let's see, get you in the picture. This one was in the ground for about 2.5 to 3 years. And I was in fear of someone digging it up or cutting it down once we moved. So I decided to dig it up, and I decided to do bonsai with it. Now I'm going to show you the trunk here. Look at that beautiful cracking of the trunk here. Now on this tree, I want you to notice that the leaves on here are dramatically smaller than this guy right here. This is a northern catalpa at its full size. These leaves can get bigger than my head, and people told me that I can't bonsai this tree. Well, I've already succeeded in dramatically reducing the size of the leaves on this tree. And this is only the first year in a pot. We'll come back to that some other time. I'll show you some other catalpas that I've been working on. This one I collected midsummer in the gutters. I don't know if you can see the branching. I chopped it because it was so leggy. It had crazy cool movement in the trunk, and then it went straight. So I was like, well, dug it up, might as well chop it. So I chopped it. It had great movement, and it just went crazy. Got some crazy branching in the back. So it's got some good foliage going on. Give me a few years. And I got this one right here. This guy I've had for a while too. He's got so much leaves that you can't tell. There's 2 branches there. Here's another catalpa here. I just love the movement in this trunk here. See, look at the leaf size of that. Granted, it's still big, but give me a few more years and these leaves will be dramatically reduced. These trees get a white orchid-like flower on them and giant bean pods. The flowers smell amazing. Over here, you can see right there, that's a little apricot. Got a little apricot. Here's a little ash tree that I've had for about a year. He's having a little bit of trouble. I'm hoping he makes it. Here we got a little catalpa seedling that I'm just playing with. Here's a little ash and a little concrete molded pot that I made this year. What do you guys think? Nothing fancy really. not trying to become a potter. I made the pot simply out of needing to come up with a more feasible way of creating pots on a budget. Here's a plum I have. Pretty cool. I love it because of the purple leaves. Here's a tiny catalpa right here. Cute. I really like them on my bonsai. I'll show you some really small ones I have here in a little bit. Here's a small Virginia creeper. Here's a quaking aspen. He's not doing so hot, but this guy's got a story. I was on vacation with my family for the first time in years, and we were at a motel outside of Crater Lake, and the lady there that runs the motel talked me into digging up the suckers out of her flower bed for her on my vacation. She's like, go ahead and take them if you want them. So I did. Another ash. I've had this one for, this will be a second summer. And my wife Jenna made this pot for me. Now these right here, these are thornless honey locusts. I love the small leaves. Here's another one here. Back here, this guy, this is a Japanese maple I found in the neighborhood. Most of these trees I collected in my neighborhood. This guy here, my very first air layer that was a success. Total success. But this thing went through a lot. Loving it though. I'll show you progress over the years. Here we got just a bunch of maples that I've rescued in the neighborhood. Started this one clip and grow. That's my method mostly. Really haven't done a lot of wiring, and I don't know how much I will do. I know wire has its place, but I'm more of a clip and grow kind of guy. See, my maples seem to be changing for a year already. Here I got my willows. You know, got my corkscrew willows. And I got my weeping willows in there. Corkscrew willows. Weeping willows. Got another maple here. Another catalpa that wanted to grow. I have some growing in the ground here too. A little Siberian elm. A black walnut. Got me another little Siberian elm here. Hope you can see. Another Siberian elm that my mother gave me. Just some random little trees I'm growing here. Honey locust and catalpa. Some gardenias. And let's go over here. We got some more catalpas here. this, not entirely sure what this is, but I rescued this from my son's school. Then I have this arborvitae, a dwarf arborvitae that I'm working on. I'm slowly cutting it back, trying to get it to back bud lower so that I can bring it down. It's working, but it's taking a little bit. I'll take you over here. Here's a tree that not everybody likes, but I just love them. This is a sumac, and it's got quite the trunk on it. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna chop that off here in spring and restart it. I got a silver maple here. Suggestions are always welcome. If you think you have some ideas for some of my trees, just be respectful. Now here's something new I got this year, these bay willows. Check these guys out. Then I got my little bonsais here. They're in training, of course, yes. I believe this is a needle juniper. Then I got this guy from the park. He had some really bad inverse taper when I first got him, but he's grown out of that. I went up to Elk City, Idaho, got my first deer, and I collected this fir right here. And right next to it was this little pine. I don't know if you can see that. The camera doesn't want to adjust. And I have this here, a Mora maple, and a pot that I molded. Another Mora maple. Now I don't know what these maples are yet, but I like them. These are saplings that I sprouted, and they got thick trunks on them. Now this guy, I'll come around. This is a catalpa. This is a guy that I call my unicorn tree. He used to be braided with 2 other trees. And that's when I learned that catalpas don't like that. Got a Virginia creeper here. Hope you guys can see this. The sun decided to come out. This Schefflera, Hawaiian Schefflera. Nice woody trunk. This one's one of my favorites. I don't know, it's what you call a practical bonsai, maybe. It's a sage. Smells amazing. Look at the foliage on that. So beautiful. Then I got a Peter pepper. Check out the stalk on that thing. Got that from my wife's stepdad. Hey Bob. Then over here I have a lilac. This guy, you know how you collect something and it like looks like it's gonna die, it's gonna die, it's gonna die. Then you're like, alright, cut all the leaves off. And then it comes back and it's just healthy and beautiful. Well, that's exactly what happened with this guy. Another beautiful lilac. Hope to see flowers on this soon. This is another one of those aspen trees from that lady on vacation. Hope to see this guy make it through the winter. This is a more maple that I received from Mike Toy from Boise Bonsai. Check out his channel. If I can figure it out, I will put a link in the description so that you can go to his channel. He also gave me this cotton Easter here. We'll be doing some work on those. I also got this oak from him. Check this guy out. This guy has some crazy potential. Yeah. This is also a planting that Mike Toy did from Bonsai Boise. I like his work. And one of his bay willows. Now here's one of my blue spruce. It's funny. I'm from Idaho. I go traveling to Oregon. I go to Home Depot in Oregon to find a blue spruce from Idaho, and I bring it home. So I use my little stowaway. Another ash, and a sycamore. We have some beautiful sycamore trees here in Boise, and saw them and I was like, I have to have one. I have to do a bonsai. Okay, I have one more tree over here to show you. This is my biggest that I have ever collected. I saved this from my kids' school when we were helping them redo the 100-acre wood. This is an elm that I dug up. Look at the trunk on this guy. I thought he was gonna die. He had no branches when I brought him home. These are all brand new. I cut off a branch there. He was all green, and then he turned brown. It started turning brown, yellow, and then I don't know what was happening, and then at the end of the branches, they're all green again. So I don't know if he got stressed out, but see, he's all happy. It's like he went through some crazy stage of not being happy. Anyways, that was quite a find. Maybe you guys can help me out on this one. My idea was making this a pretty big bonsai. What do you think about me air layering it in the middle? So I have two trees right there where that branch was chopped off. Think about air layering it right there. That way the bottom half has no defects on the stump. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. First video. Bear with me, this is the first time I've ever done this. Like and share. Leave a comment. Remember, keep it respectful. I'm not an expert. This is something I do for a hobby. And hopefully in the future, I'll have some better videos to show you. Thank you.